Good morning, everybody.
Is it still morning?
It is still morning for another 15 minutes. We find ourselves here at Hartshorne Woods Park in, I guess this is Middletown. In New Jersey, in Monmouth County, which boasts some very interesting scenery. So just to give you a little spin around, we're about to embark on a walk down a trail. Now this is behind some construction gates here because they're doing improvements on the park. But here we can see 1942, Battery Lewes. This is part of the coastal defenses that were created for World War II to protect New Jersey and New York Harbor. Let's see. And so we had a wide field of fire and range out from Sandyhook all the way into the New York Harbor, just in case there was an invasion of the United States coastline by Axis forces. And actually we can get back here. Let's take a look. Listed in the National Register of Historic Places. Welcome to Battery Lewes. Approximately 300 soldiers of the 245th Coastal Artillery Regiment, New York National Guard, were stationed at the Navesink Military Reservation during World War II, manning the guns of Battery Lewes and Battery 219. We are right here. Behind the battery. Interesting. Oh, tours resume at 1 p.m. We got about an hour for that. So there would have been a gun emplacement here. Let's see. Battery Lewes had two 16-inch guns that were originally fabricated for mounting on Navy battleships. These guns weighed over 150 tons, were transported to the site on a rail line built for that purpose. 68 feet in length barrels. They're able to fire armor-piercing projectiles 16 inches in diameter and 2,100 pounds in weight, up to 44,680 yards, a rate of 1 round per minute. That range reaches from just offshore near Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey, to the east end of Long Beach, New York. Wow. That's really far. Guns were never fired in combat, and in 1949 they were cut up on site and sold as scrap metal. This is for safety reasons. The field area downrange of the 16-inch guns were kept clear of obstructions and potential unintended targets during its World War II service. That makes a lot of sense. Later, during the Cold War era, the property served as an air defense radar site and an anti-aircraft missile command and control site. Military housing, administrative buildings, a power plant, cafeteria, motor pool, and barber shop were among the uses that occupied the flat land in front of the battery. Trees grew on top of the battery, which housed the base theater and was used for storage of supplies and equipment. Obviously this has been demilled, which means it's been deactivated. Now this has only recently been put in place. This is one of the reasons why we came out here now, that they have kind of put in place this this gun. I'm not sure if it's replica or if it's salvage. I think it's salvage, but I think we're about to find out. This was from the Battleship New Jersey.
Very cool.
A lot of wild grapes growing around here. You can probably hear a plane in the background. There it is. This is a constant eyesore of the Jersey Shore. Planes dragging advertising banners of any and every kind. And it clutters up the view from the beach. It makes it noisy. It's just, I wish it would stop. And then of course, being that we're near the shore, getting aerial footage, I have to remain at a lower altitude. Not that I could go too terribly high, but we don't want to risk any issues with that. So we're in full vlogging mode today. Not using the microphone because it's a shotgun mic, and so you're not going to be able to hear me from behind the camera.
But you can hear me over here.
But we are using our gimbal, and obviously we're using our drone. So, very good use of technology here. We are not paid for, by, or anything of the sort from DJI. In fact, we've paid them too much money, I'm sure.
If they want to pay us, that would be super cool.
But anyone from DJI, if you'd like to send us any more toys to try out for you, we'll be happy to give it a go. Well, about time to be hitting the dusty trail.
Oh boy. Are we really going to start with the puns again?
That's not a pun. That's a reference. Missed it off camera where we made a reference. Des took an Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, a guy, a girl, and a vlog.
Shameless plug.
That's right. Well, of course, it's a shameless plug. It's our channel.
It's our channel, yeah.
Anyway, Des took a picture for the gram of a puffball mushroom. I don't know what it's really called, but that's what we call it.
By the time you see this, the picture will be on our Instagram.
And I told her, make sure you don't eat it. She's just saying that she doesn't like mushrooms in general.
I don't, because it's like dirt.
And I said, well, this one wouldn't taste like dirt. It'd probably taste like burning.
Yes.
So, if you get that reference.
And if you want to hear the whole quote, go back to my birthday vlog, because I said it.
You did.
I did.
Well, I think we might have gone the wrong way to get down toward the water. Because this appears to loop all the way around and back up.
Well, we don't want to do anything bad.
So we should go to the other trail that goes down.
It's in the forest.
But since we're here, let's take a quick look here because there's clearly more here. You can look, see this is all circular. So I don't know if maybe there once was a flagpole here or they had something rotating. I would expect that this would be rotating, especially if they had a radar installment here. And look at this all grown over. Look at that. Danger. Keep out. Or are they just trying to keep whatever's there in?
It's the raptors.
It's always the raptors.
Ooh, that echoed in there. Raptors.
Raptors. Wow. Whoa, that's super creepy. You guys see that?
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh, that's creepy. I could live in these woods for probably like, I don't know, a day. On like a bag of Cheetos I found. Come out all full stung from like ants and bees and salt air. It's delicious. What do you mean you can't?
They can't.
They
You
can't.
guys can't smell.
They can't. Oh, I guess you'll just have to come here.
Yep. Or go to any beach.
It's different everywhere you go.
I guess so.
One thing, you know, we do this kind of thing. We can get ourselves ready for when we go to Disney. Something on me. Okay. Anyway, get ourselves ready to go to Disney. There's nothing that's this steep. Thank God. And you know what this reminds me of? Travels that we haven't put on a vlog.
The zoo.
That's right. The National Zoo in Washington, D.C. Going from the lower end up to the middle. It's about this steep. Ooh, wild blueberry. There's just a little blueberry sitting on the ground here.
That wasn't an ADD moment at all.
Right? There's a little blueberry sitting there. I don't see a blueberry bush. That's not an ADD moment at all, Des. See, that's how that feels.
Well, no, see, here's the difference. Quote my manager. Here's the thing. I wasn't mid-sentence and then was like, oh, look at the blueberries.
What do these taste like?
Probably burning.
Also burning? All the burning. Alright guys, so we're on the other side of the creepy lair over here where they keep the raptors.
Yep.
As you can see, they're nicely caged on this side too. But there's another turret area here, and I fully commit to that term now because we found a historic marker for the secondary defense. And so what it was they did have the other battery here. So the large guns at the top was Battery Lewes, and this is Battery 219. These are smaller coastal defenses. They're 6-inch guns. Heavy cast steel shield with curved surfaces, designed to protect the gun crew by deflecting enemy fire. So this is if they had to basically fire on landing ships who were coming in to invade the beach. So here you can see the gun with Seabright in the background. So the gun would have sat right about here. And Seabright is a general that way direction, which you're not going to be able to see because of all the scrub brush now. But Seabright's there. My guess is this trough-looking utility here was probably to hold munitions ready to feed the gun emplacement that would have been right here. Very peaceful over here. Odd that this piece of land that was dedicated to protecting us from dangers of war is now used for recreation and finding peace. Perhaps fitting in some way. I believe this is the trail we're looking for.
I think it is. It is.
Oh, good. Nice little beach here. We're setting up to fish. This is nice. Well, guys, that was the pier area. Yay! We're gonna head back up and see if we can get on that tour.
Yeah.
And I mean up.
Literally.
I'll spare you our out of breathness. Let's go.
Okay.
War is raging on in Europe. France has fallen to the Nazi Germans. The United States realizes that they might have to defend their shores at some point. The German Navy might come, land on our shores. And because of that, they want to update the defenses that we have, build more and more of these 16-inch gun batteries. So they're looking for a strategic location. As I said, at 215 feet above sea level, this was the obvious choice. Sandyhook obviously had already been established, so they wanted something close to Sandyhook under the same control. They choose this and they start building a battery. And when you build these, you gotta include some bathrooms. So if you go in, and you're more than welcome to look around. On the left, you'll notice is the officers' lunchroom. They're not working unfortunately. On the left is the officers, on the right is the enlisted men. They just have separate bathrooms. So these are more than just your average bathrooms though. These bathrooms do have a few interesting little engineering quirks to them. The first of which being that this is actually the only gas-proof structure that would have been in this battery. So this was a big fear during World War II. They saw the devastation that gas weapons caused in the First World War. They never wanted their soldiers to have to deal with that again. Notice the seats are kind of tilted up because there's actually a spring in there. When you sit down, it fills up with water, and then when you stand up, it automatically flushes right out. This way you don't have any of that standing water. You never have to worry about it. This was continued to be operated throughout the 60s and throughout the 70s until 74, where it's ultimately decommissioned. At this point, they have high CBMs, intercontinental missiles, that really made these short-range missiles obsolete. It's at that point that they take the land and start selling it to the Monmouth County Parks system. We had acquired bits and pieces even earlier, but 1984 is when we acquired the final piece that has all the batteries in the middle. It's at that point that the Army comes back in and knocks down all those old structures that had been abandoned for about 10 years at that point. But the park system requested that they leave the World War II structures because we viewed their historic value, and they were kind enough to oblige. This battery wasn't always the same as what it looks like now. These 16-inch gun batteries went through a lot of different variations before they finally determined that this would be the structure they went with. The first two were built out in California with batteries Davis and Townsend. And the original idea was to put two separate guns with some buildings scattered between them. The idea being, if a bombing run came in, it would hit one, hit two, but not all of the buildings. The only thing they found out was that if the men aren't covered when they're bringing the shells to the guns, as soon as the attack happens, the men aren't going to be able to load the guns, aren't able to get that stuff to the guns. So the guns become largely ineffective. So in the end, they determined that they need to put some protective concrete over the whole structure and put everything together. This way, everybody's covered. They can get their shells that are powered to the guns, even under attack, and everything can keep functioning. They also determined that you need a powder room and a shell room for each gun. This allowed everything to operate very, very efficiently. You don't have to worry about sending shells from the wrong gun, or running into each other while you're trying to get them. We couldn't get our hands on any actual shells, but we were lucky enough to get some recreations made. So these are the exact same shape, exact same size as the original ones would have been. But there's a minor difference. These weigh about 80 pounds each. The original ones would have weighed about 2,240 pounds each. And that's pretty much pure steel, with just a small hole drilled out in the back for that explosive cap. But despite having an explosive cap, these are armor-piercing rounds, not explosive rounds. So they work like a bullet. They go in, they leave a hole. That's their main job. They never really explode. And at this size and this weight, it's very, very hard to carry them. So instead you have this, it's called the ammunition service. They have a big latch right on the bottom of the hook. You latch it to the center, you pull it up, and then you're able to just slide it all the way out down to the guns. And this would have been a continuous loop along this trail. This way, you get the gun shells out to the gun, and then get it back as fast as you can. Grab another shell, get it back to the gun.
see the tracks used to run the whole length.
Exactly. So it continues all the way down, and then on that side you have the return track to bring back those empty pulleys.
To go back on the other side of the...
to go right back into the other door of that shell room, and then it would have been the same on the other side.
Okay.
So our original guns were cut up and sold for scrap metal, but we were lucky enough to obtain this gun off the USS New Jersey. USS New Jersey is a battleship. It was built for World War II, active in World War II, and also active in Korea. When it came home from Korea, it was actually re-armored with new guns. The big 16-inch guns were taken off and put in a scrapyard in Virginia, and then it went back into service with its newer, lighter guns. In 2015, we acquired this one, so we brought it up from Virginia on a train, up to Red Bank, put it on a little truck, and carted it up here with a crane waiting for it to put it in place. Now, very, very similar guns. They're both 16-inch guns, so 16-inch diameter of the shell. They're both the same length, very, very similar weights. But there are a few differences. This one fires a slightly heavier shell. The Navy shell is about 2,600 pounds compared to our 2,200 pound shell. This one would have also been mounted into a carriage on the ship that had a gun on either side, so 3 guns total. Ours would have been mounted onto that carriage right here that allowed it to move left and right, up and down, and it would have been alone with the other gun on the other side of the battery. But the major, major difference being this gun was used in combat. Our guns were never used in combat, but they were test fired. They were test fired in December of 43 and January of 44. And during this time, they had about 5 rounds put through each gun just to make sure they worked in place. And they say the blast was so powerful from this that it broke windows at about a mile radius. Just shook the earth, shattered the windows. It also broke that dehumidifying system that was in the battery, kind of crumpled it up. So they had to write to the Army Corps of Engineers, ask how they could reinforce it. This way, if they ever had to fire them again, it wouldn't happen. Luckily, they never did.
So after filling our bellies
with
some delicious food at Off the Hook restaurant, it's very good, we find ourselves at a lighthouse. This is the Twin Lights Lighthouse.
That's right. It was built in, well, in its current form in 1862 as a signal to passing boats of the treacherous shoreline here. And this is the highest point on this part of the coast. So it was built in a unique fashion so that people would know exactly which lighthouse it was that they were passing. One stayed static and one was blinking, further giving another signal at night as to which lighthouse it was.
Let's go in.
I read that earlier.
We're going up the lighthouse. At least one side of it. Ed, watch your head.
Oh, we're not up there yet.
Oh, we're not even at the top.
What are we doing?
Oh my goodness. Look how small these stairs are. Oh, good Lord. Oh, this is small. Let's go out. Okay. Oh my.
We're gonna go this way.
Wow. Wow. Look at that view. Wow.
There's Sandyhook.
If you look right out there, there's New York City.
That is New York City.
There it is in all its glory.
That's Manhattan right there.
Yeah. See the Freedom Tower.
Yep.
Of course, what goes up must come down. Now we're going back down the teeny tiny stairs. So sorry that part was a bit rushed, everybody, but Lunch took a lot longer than anticipated, and so did being at the other park. So we got here with 5 minutes to go inside. But we're still able to climb it.
Are you looking at me or you?
You.
Hi.
Hello. Macaroni at Twin Lights.
Marconi.
Oh.
Very important guy for radio communication.
Now I kind of want macaroni.
Marconi site is over near Wall Township in Belmar. That's a whole other expedition.
Maybe we'll do that someday.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of them eye sightseeing things.
Yeah, it's a great way to get pink eye.
It is. Say no. And here's a bunch of stuff that you can read.
Oh.
I'll wait.
Let's see, it's Brooklyn, Manhattan, Long Island, Jersey City. You can see it all from over here.
I didn't see the Statue of Liberty.
Well, we didn't really look hard enough.
We didn't really have time to really look hard enough.
Well, let's see if we can. I'm looking really hard. Nope.
You don't see it?
Nope. So there are still unanswered questions about the gun, but this is known. The cannon is a 12-pounder ship's cannon of the 3rd quarter 17th century and of Dutch or Danish manufacture. A comparable specimen, although an 8-pounder, is in the, I am not pronouncing that, museum in Copenhagen, Denmark. It was recovered from a 1679 Danish shipwreck. A typical ship's cannon of the era was a flat trajectory weapon with a point-blank range of 300 yards and accurate effective range of 1/2 mile.
Oh.
Yeah. Maximum range was 1 mile. The muzzle loading cannon was used black powder, a mixture of approximately 75 parts potassium nitrate. Take notes if you want to make black powder, because apparently they just tell you right here.
Don't tell people how to do that.
And other things as well. Projectiles fired included shot, hot shot, part 2, bombs, chain, and bar shot. Barrel is deeply incised with the markings 1756 XXJ Lopez.
I don't know if you can see that on there. It's right on the top.
Yeah, you could really see that actually. Wow. The date and name led to speculation of the gun was a pirate's cannon.
Pirate's cannon.
Subsequent research disproved that. Joseph Lopez was the keeper of the Twin Lights house when the cannon was dug up, so obviously he inscribed his name on the barrel. And in doing so, he may have shed light on still another mystery. The first lighthouse here in the Highlands was noted in Samuel Smith's book, The History of New Jersey, published in 1765. It's interesting that a history book in history, about history. Anyway, he wrote, at the Highlands of Navesink, the New York merchants have lately erected a commodious lighthouse for the security of navigation. Did lately erected mean 1756? The date keeper Lopez cut into the cannon? We may never know.
Bum, bum, bum.
Well, guys, it's been quite a bit of exploring for today. I think we're going to wrap it up. It's starting to get late in the day. We got some other things we got to get done.
And I'm tired.
Oh, that was a heck of a hike. Heck of a hike.
Heck of a hike.
Heck of a hike. Oi. Oi is a heck of a hike.
Oh my.
Anyhow, hope you enjoyed. We're going to bring you more adventures. We got some more things planned with and without the drone. We got some big trips coming up soon. We got Labor Day weekend coming up shortly, which we're going to try and take advantage of. We're gonna do some more local adventuring around that, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, if you like what you see here, make sure you hit like, subscribe, hit the little notification icon. You'll be notified of the next time we post a video.
Yeah, and follow us on Instagram, A Guy Girl on the Vlog, and our Twitter, a guy, a girl, and a V1. I didn't come up with it. Twitter did.
Twitter said we had too many letters, so
Yeah.
that's that. But and you can follow along with some of our adventures there as we're doing them, because sometimes we're posting pictures, and we're going to try and get a little bit better at that, especially on the Instagram.
Yeah. I'm trying.
And I don't know, there's this new thing called IGTV.
Oh yeah, the IGTV thing. We're on there too.
We signed up. We haven't done anything. Yeah.
But we're there. Go find us.
We posted like a teaser or something, like the same teaser we have for the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Just see how it works.
Which, if you like that, go click like on
Yeah, but if you want to see more IGTV things, if you're actually interested in that, please leave that in the comments below.
it. Let us know. We might do like little live things too.
Yeah, because that's actually formatted for the phones being upright, whereas everything else is being horizontal in pane. So it's kind of its own thing, and I don't know. It's taken over from like Vining and all these other things.
Oh, Vine! I miss Vine.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
But at any rate, I think we're going to sign off. So like I said, like, subscribe, notification, covered all that.
And we'll see you on our next adventure.
Bye, everybody.